Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is the fourth installment of the main series of the game. Now, you guys are going to be wondering, Ultimate? Where's the original? Well, here's the thing. The original version only came out in Japan in 2013, whilst we gotten, at the same time, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for both the Wii U and 3DS. So, instead of us getting the original version, Capcom in 2015, 2016, around that time, we actually gotten the Ultimate version of the original game, containing a little bit more quests than the original game had to offer. This game has two new weapon types, and one of them is the Insect Clive, which is more like a staff type of weapon, but has like a knife attached to it, with the bug insect being your little companion buddy to help you against the monsters. But yeah, there's only two new weapons in the game, but most of the weapons are still intact from the original games. This one has some brand new mechanics that weren't even present in any other Monster Hunter series. Now, the ones that are new are the climbing mechanics. Now look, I know you guys are going to say there is climbing mechanics in the game, but no, all you did was jump into a ledge and just try to get up there, and that's it. And there was a climbing thing where you use Find in Freedom Unite or Freedom 2. They're the same game, but Unite is expanded. But the point is, you can climb anywhere, well, almost anywhere. That's if you have a climbing meter. If you have the icon to climb on the wall, of course. You can climb, you can do aerial attacks, and that's pretty much it from there. While climbing, you can also hit certain enemies in terms of either self-defense or just get these monsters off their butt so you can fight them again. What's also new is now that you can jump from leaps. So if you see a ledge, you can jump and do an aerial attack, which will also come in handy because you can easily, well, this really depends. You can actually knock down monsters this time around. You can climb on them, and you can stab them a bunch of times, but you have to be careful not to get confident because they can actually get into you, because if they start roaring or just trying to do everything to get you off of them, well, that's gonna be bad. You're gonna need most of their stamina in order to maintain control. After that, if you're successful, the monster will topple down, and then you could do a lot of damage to them. Now, there are plenty of new monsters along with some classics that returns from the original game, but this one has even more new monsters, and one of them is like the main bad guy or whatever, like one of the main bad guy monsters. Some of these monsters, like, this really depends. They have the thing called frenzies, so they could basically have another form if they really wanted to, like Gora Magala or anything else like that, just to name a few. But there are something interesting. Each monster has their own unique battle theme, believe it or not. Some shared, but some of them have their own specific music. This time around, of course. So that's something new in the series. This is a 3DS exclusive, as I should mention. And it does support the right analog stick this time around too, just like the third game, like I previously mentioned. The game has brand new levels, and there's also free DLC, just like the last game. But this one has so many collaborations, like Mario, Sonic, Metroid, Zelda, any of the Capcom IPs, and plenty of other Nintendo IPs, along with Universal Studio Japan and plenty of more. Which you guys can, they're all just like arena challenges stuff, and if you actually beat it, then guess what? You actually get the recipe to make some of the armor pieces for you, the weapons, or your little cat buddies. Meaning they can actually wear some of these cosmetic stuff. Like maybe Mario Luigi, or you could just be Link from Zelda, just to name a few. There's too many to go over. There's also an Episodes DLC, which has brand new monsters, by the way, including one of the largest monsters in the game, which I'm not going to say, but I'll let you guys play the game for a fact. So when the game came out in North America and all, every month we got brand new content, whether it just be more of these arena challenges in terms of collaborations, or brand new episodes so you guys can complete them. There's plenty of like things to do in the game in terms of like quests or anything else. Grinding is the same as I mentioned before, so that's kind of like one takeaway. But overall, if you guys can have friends, you can play up to 4 players online on the 3DS. Yes, you can finally play online on the 3DS in Monster Hunter. A lot of people are defiant as if this is the #1 Monster Hunter game to ever come out, or the Monster Hunter 3. But it's a mixed bag of whichever one is the top, but both of these games are pretty great to play. Now I mentioned this like I previously did before. Gather items for recipes so you can make armor and weapons. Gather carvings of every different creature you see. Same reason. And find some different weapons that can help you take advantage against these monsters. If you guys are highly skilled with these weapons, then go for it. If you guys want to try the 2 brand new ones that have been added to the game, you also can. If you guys want to master yourself in these brand new challenge quests, you also can. G rank returns in Ultimate, which wasn't present in the original, but how do we know? We never got the original version. We've only got the Ultimate, but it's here for you guys to play. So online compatibility is here too, but I just want to get these out of the way too, is because the online servers are going to start shutting down in a couple of months at the time of this recording. So if you guys want to help each other, teach each other how to play Monster Hunter, now's the time to do so. I should mention too that this game actually sold pretty well in America for the first time, meaning that this game might have actually became the game that actually gained the audience for the Monster Hunter series, considering this game actually did so well. And I don't think if it was for this game, plenty of people wouldn't even be playing Monster Hunter to this day. Same with Monster Hunter 3, as Monster Hunter 3 was the first introduction of the game that I knew, but I never played it. But I knew the game, but I never played it. But Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was like the first game in the series I played in terms of a demo. And somehow in some way I beat all 3 monsters in a demo by myself. And I'm not making this up either. Which is, you think it's impossible. But it's like I would just say, if you guys are newcomers to the game, just hear me out. You're gonna have to teach yourself how to play the game as to like how you master your own weapons and whatever. You can still look up strategies, but you gotta still look into what weaknesses these monsters has and see how you're gonna deal some good damage. Gather some supplies of whichever you'll need them. What weapon you think will do best against the monster, and just see how it goes too. It's like I said in the previous one. If you have a sharp weapon, go for the tail or maybe the head, but if there's something preventing you from cutting the head, use a hammer. It's called coming up with a strategy, so it's like you can't just go up and just wacko your weapon and hope for the best. No. You gotta think. You gotta think when they're gonna strike, because if you don't, then you die. Die 3 times, game's over, and it doesn't even matter if you die 3 times. It matters, like in terms of like multiplayer, that if anyone dies at all, it's like you, your friend, your other friend, game over. You lost your money, and you barely get any rewards, and you fail the mission. So you gotta come up with creativity as to how you kill these monsters. There are some obstacles in the game where you can get the monster to stuck, like a spider web or maybe a sinking quicksand, for examples. So there are some strategies you can come up with. Oh, and comparing this game to Dark Souls is irrelevant, because this game was around before Dark Souls was even a thing. Which, I just need to call out that, just to say. And this game plays nothing like Dark Souls. If you guys want something new to play on your 3DS, and haven't really played anything since then, or maybe just can't find a game for you, this is the game to go for.